Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is CrazyZaku. Hold on, let me adjust the mic real quick. My name is CrazyZaku, and I'm bringing you all the hits and misses here, and let's play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Now, if you remember last time, we are currently cross-examining our favorite detective. Because we're talking about the wine glass that was still on the table, and we just kind of want to know that, you know, something could happen, but, you know, I'm sure we're going to fall into some trap again, as always. So, let's get started right away. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You turn the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
What?
You're not thinking hard enough today, Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then,
of course, it's been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
There are only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Well, whose were they?
They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were one of Adrian Andrews.
What?
That is why I said the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corridon. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you just said makes a lot of sense.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Now do you see, right? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor, and from here on out, I will show you the answer I've come to discover.
Well, wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution's provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution is yet another witness we would like the court to hear from.
Another witness?
Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? I would like to know that too. Oh, joy.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Gotcha!
I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy boy! It's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be very happy to see me.
I don't know if I'm doing her voice again, but fuck it, that's the voice I'm going with.
Oh, I saw the report with their testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was the wicked witch of the witness stand.
I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today, I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Fucking gross.
Miss Witness! The terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
God, okay, can we not?
Can we not check? I'm talking with my dear Edgy Wedgie right now.
Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madam. No. Please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say. The youth are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Eddie. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldback?
It was a great job being able to see my teary wand. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that God and saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida.
But those two were the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
Please don't ever call me that again. Oh my god. Why am I having fun with this fucking...
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. Because I'm a stalker like that, there was something I was interested in finding out, you know. How big it was. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. I was absolutely on my phone the entire time. And that's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was Ungard, Matt Ungard. He was just trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
They were probably doing it. They were probably boyfriends.
So Mr. Ungod came out from the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Something you were interested in? And just what was that? And don't say the D.
Why, the D, of course, no. It's not something, it's not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. And Edgy-Poo, of course.
Mr. Edwards, what is this thing she was interested in? Was it the D?
I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor.
Gossip?
But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later.
It looks like we shouldn't force it right now.
And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time?
Hold it! You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Yesy.
Really?
Annoying brat! When I said I saw someone, I saw that person!
Why do I get the sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid the repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing!
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
He was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's good for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
It was very important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Objection!
Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important.
Don't you see, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that the witness said about the jacket be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right, witness, please.
Oh, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. He was wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it's all just for show. Objection!
Listen here, you little shit.
What? Don't say that for no reason.
Do you know what this is?
It's button number 2 on the Jamming Ninja's costume.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this.
Wow. She really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Ungard's body during a full body search.
See? See? This one proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was the rascal Ungard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai Hakama pants.
See? See? And Ungard is the nickel samurai.
Listen here, you dumb bitch. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Ungard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
Ah! I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, and maybe you think I'm blah, 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 old people bitching, moaning, complaining, trying to do this stuff, blah, it's heavy, so I wish, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know what this is saying, it's going by so fast.
Jesus Christ, shut the hell up!
God damn it, woman, shut up for just a second. What did you actually see? Was not Mr. Ungard the man? But Mr. Ungard the nickel samurai?
But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about.
As you poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Would you say it's important and agree with me for a change?
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you.
Oh God, oh God. Yes, now I remember. The nickel samurai, that's right. It was the nickel samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn the nickel samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
I knew it.
I knew you'd say he was inside that costume.
What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy, thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Youngest today. I told you, there's just no way it was anyone else.
Well, how do you know that?
Because I said so. And what I say is the truth. Deal with it, bitch.
At least she's just as delightful as a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be a little more careful with your testimony, please.
Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not?
Not too long ago.
Now let me ask you this. When you were itty bitty, what was your grand dream?
What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper?
My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Whacker, the hero of the public court.
So what? See? And look where you are now. You're not Judge Whacker, are you? Are you?
Well,
What I said earlier.
Who puts any weight into things like that?
And you know everything? Now it's everything. I can't be held responsible for the past.
when did court become theatrics over testimonies?
All that matters is the man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough?
So let me ask you this one last time. The person you saw, it was really the Nickel Samurai?
As showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning?
Can I throw in the Talia?
You don't need to think too hard on this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in your testimony. It's sitting in plain sight. The question is, what that contradiction means for us.
We'll have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay.
Objection!
Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints on it.
Is that what you're driving at?
That's exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at, and whose car are we driving?
If this room guard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off.
Oh, that's right! The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? Objection!
He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing.
Objection!
And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon?
There's no way he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off.
But the murder still did take place.
It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory?
This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you blabbering about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Umgard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
Take that!
This knife, this was used by Mr. Umgard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish...
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means that if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corrigan.
I suppose.
However, you just said it yourself. At
the time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingers shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
It's to frame my client, Mr. Ungard, of course.
To frame?
Objection!
Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
Objection!
But we just established the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Whoa, witness!
Well, looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, Edgy Poo.
Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. Ungard with the Nickel Samurai? His character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure.
Wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then. Who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corda. Am I correct, witness?
The way you think, he's a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So old bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corda. Maybe Phoenix. Maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person. So I think Mia's hinting at. It's certainly a possibility. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting around for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
Take that!
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Ungard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, this is, well, Ah, I see.
The judge seems to be really into that article, if it can be called such a thing.
Then this manager with the initials AA, are you saying that it's,
Adrian Andrews, without a doubt. The witness thought though as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can just throw away this whole sworn to confidentially stuff then.
Witness, what in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling.
I've got some information, some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then, witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. This is about to take the wind out of you youngins.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
Martyrs, what evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I can't condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay?
The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court.
What? Nobody's above gossip. Isn't there a saying that the truth is never pleasant?
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited now, right now.
That's right. God is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Well, as the old saying goes, you've got to burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not risking the fucking copyright strike. This is not worth that. Not at all.
Objection!
Damn it. I effed up. Gotta press it.
Hold it!
Wait!
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows? If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole in my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did the old bat get such a secret piece of information? So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Old Bag?
Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that!
Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire the secret info, isn't it?
Take that!
Now I can present it to the camera. The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart.
Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl.
She reported that she has lost a certain note she'd written to herself.
She reported such a thing?
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No. I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless?
Aha! That's it. That's the note.
No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy.
And you're the one who took Miss Hart's note?
I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whipmare snapper. She's working with the evil Ungard. She said so herself. Oh God, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she'd written. You believe me, don't you? Oh. I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
Oh my God, you really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
my god. I love it. I love it so much. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her?
If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution.
Witness! You said that the only thing you stole was that note? Is this correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying little brat? I saved the piece of paper for that terrible, lonely trash can, that's all.
You're lying, damn it! And I can prove it!
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Oldbag, I don't believe that note is the only thing you stole that night.
Take that!
Miss Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it?
A camera?
Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie, $1,600 camera disappeared on me."
Why? Why? Witness!
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it's only logical that you had the camera too.
Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
That's...
What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still like meals like you. I fall in love, and I borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that one's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, "Slide Bag Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire." Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
No, it's not. Security guards have no business whatsoever taking people's stuff, looking at people's cameras, any of that whatsoever.
Bailiff! Check the camera's photos. Hurry! We must examine them at once. There could be titty pics. Unfortunately, there were no pics. But, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case, Your Honor, and it's not the one with the feet.
Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai.
See, I told you. That's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying about the earlier matter. What does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth.
This photo by itself does not prove the person in it is a defendant, however. In his own confession, Mr. Ungard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that's the case, then this Nickel Samurai is
the defendant.
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We've examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that the photo is decisive evidence against your client?
No! Fuck you! If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for.
But if I raise the objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy.
I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lava took, there's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right?
Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo even with a bunker buster.
Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
You know what? Please look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot? Especially when it counts.
Now then, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange?
It's the feet, man. Look at this shit. She's dragging.
Take that!
I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles?
If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And? What does that mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. Ungard.
What is the meaning of this?
Objection!
I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is.
Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster, shall we? Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the Akama.
His socks. You can see his socks.
Exactly. However, in this photo, you can't see shit, can you? Because the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding the Hakama up just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. All right. I think I turned things around for this, around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. Ah, shit. He's just letting this trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? The person in this photo is not Mr. Ungard, is not Matt Ungard. Then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless.
I figured it was come to this.
What?
Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you've proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt Ungard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focusing on is Mr. Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah. Why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
Take that!
Adrian Andrews.
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it's none other than this woman.
And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short. Y'all know what she did. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. Ungard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Ungard that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy. It makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Ungard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as the murder weapon?
Why don't you just say what it is you want, Mr. Wright? I have to do this now. It's my last chance to turn things around. The defensive moves to indict Miss Adrian to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corona. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime.
Order! It looks like the trial is in a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
All right, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to the court as a witness, it means the trial will go on for another day. One more day. If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya.
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
Well, what am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adorn the court.
Now then.
Objection!
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. The fuck would I do that for? We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony. She's not.
I have poor waiting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Unexpected development? I think you'd underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Finish Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Andrews is all. Happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What? What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man.
Somehow I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we can proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. I call dibs on the jungle gym.
All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and call that an episode right there. We're absolutely going to save our progress. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We're saving our progress. Oh, my God. Next time, we're going to go and hopefully have Adrian Andrew basically say, hey, yo, I fucking did it, and here's the reason why. And I hope you guys will join me for that. In the meantime, folks, my name is CrazyZaku. I brought you all the hits and misses here, and let's play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Now, if you want to catch this episode live, you can do so on Twitch at Twitch TV/TCWCrazyZaku every Saturday, 4 to 9 p.m. Please share this video with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your enemies, and everyone in between. Drop a DDC on that like button, cover for the 3, smack that subscribe button like it owes you some money, tingle that bell wherever it happens to be to stay up to date with all of our adventures here in and out of the courtroom. And I will see you guys later. Later.